Diane in Denmark here, rah, rah, rah. Hooray, hooray, it is Monday morning, and you know me, I love Monday mornings. It always feels like a fresh start. Even though I don't always want to get out of bed on a Monday when I'm actually up and moving, but things are good. Anyway, I hope you're ready to roll up your sleeves and do a wee spot of work with me today. Two things for you today. We're on today, drum roll please, day 13 of our 40-day declutter challenge. Now remember, as I said before, we're just going for one item. Don't worry about having to find a bag or a box full of stuff, because we get overwhelmed with it, and after like 2 or 3 days we're like, oh no, I can't possibly do it, or you feel like you don't have time. Just go for one item. Sometimes it snowballs, sometimes it doesn't. The main thing is that we're being consistent, just like we're being consistent with, you know, your routines, or eating better, or getting your daily exercise. So just being consistent here. Now I've got a couple of items. Let me just move over into the light because it's a bit dark and dull this morning. Hold on. Right, that's a wee bit brighter. We were over at our summer cabin, our Swedish weekend cabin, and I keep some jewellery there, and you know, a bit of makeup and nail varnish, just so I'm not having to cart things backwards and forwards, especially when we're there for longer periods in the summer. Anyway, and I found some pieces of jewellery that I'm just really not using them. So these are going to go to our next clothes swap party. I've got a necklace, a bangle thing, but I've got other gold bangles that I prefer. So this one is going. I've also got a bracelet, a green one. I'm not going to wear that one, I just don't like the shape of it. And last one is a very old one that was all kind of, it's got pinky bits, but the silver doesn't really work for me. So those are going. And the other thing, I did my nails at the weekend as a wee pamper. And I used this nail varnish that I had over in Sweden, but it's not got enough kind of pang of colour for me. And if you know the Dressing Your Truth system, if you don't, I've got videos about that. Go and have a look, go and find Dressing Your Truth. I've discovered that I don't like anything too busy. You know, I like kind of colour blocking. I like a wee bit of, you know, two colours maximum, and I'm good with that. But I do like to have colour on my nails, and I'm not really into having, you know, like pale pink nails or clear. That just doesn't work for me. So I tried this one at the weekend. It's kind of got a goldy sheen, but you can see it's kind of black colour. So that's not working for me. So that one is also going to our next clothes swap party. And if you've never been to a clothes swap party, we'd like to host one. I've got plenty of ideas, and they're all on the Dressing Your Truth and Clothes Swap playlist. Anyway, let's go on with today. It's Fly Lady Kitchen Week. It's the second week of the month, which means that we're working in the kitchen. And I've actually already started descaling the kettle here and the coffee machine, and also the dishwasher. Now, you may not have hard water where you are, so you probably don't need to do it, but that's one of the things I always do in Kitchen Week, because like it takes 10 seconds to do it, but I feel like, you know, I'm really moving on with things. And I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing today, and you're welcome to join in with me. And remember, don't go doing any zone cleaning unless you've done your morning routine. My morning routine is done, dressed to shoes, lol, my load of laundry is done, dishwasher, I'm all up to date. And also, you know, the main thing is to focus on getting your weekly home blessing hour done before you start doing any of the nitty-gritty things, okay? Because sometimes we want to get into the corners instead of just taking a step back and looking at the bigger picture, what really needs done. Right, zone 2 in the kitchen. I've already started, you know, by descaling those items, so that's a check for me. You can print out the cleaning list from the Fly Lady website. Remember, you don't need to be ticking off all the boxes every month. Just pick a couple of things to do. And as I've said before, I always do it like when I've got a few minutes when I'm waiting for something else to happen. I'll tell you what the missions are for Fly Lady this week and what I have what I actually started on. First mission for the week is looking at your kitchen gadgets. You know, have you got anything that you use a lot? You know, give it a wipe down, your coffee maker. I always do that when I'm descaling it. And I've cleaned our toaster. I actually did that last night because when I was cleaning up after dinner, I had my cordless headphones on, they're here, and I was listening to an audiobook and I got so kind of carried away. I was like, oh, what can I find to do next? So I've given our toaster a really good clean. I always shake it outside and get rid of the crumbs and clean the you know, the cord. And this is a toaster that we got for our wedding. Let me see, how many years have we been married now? We got married in 1998 and we've still got the same toaster, so you don't need to go replacing things all the time. Just use what you've got, but you know, keep it, just give it a wee wipe down, get rid of the crumbs. You can see here, it was bought in the UK, so I've actually got the UK, an adapter so we can use it here in Denmark. So, you know, you don't always have to be buying new gadgets, just look after what you got. So that I did yesterday, and also we've got a remote control for the vent over the hob. So I gave that a wee clean as well, because you know sometimes it gets a wee bit kind of grotty. So I've actually already done those things, and also things like you know, salt and pepper. I did those the other day. Just fill them up and give them a good wipe down. Right, check. What else? Wipe the fronts of your units. Maybe you have wall hanging covers as well. We've got the ones, we have extra space in our drawers here, in my drawers. So I'm just going to do that, and then I'll kind of talk to you on the way and I'll tell you what the other things are. Let me see, I'm actually just going to wipe down with my usual kitchen spray. And cloth. And remember, you don't need to do all the fronts of the cabinets. If you've got wee kids that kind of, you know, get sticky hands in one place, just go for that. Don't worry about having to do all the things in one day. Right, and I'll just do a quick squish squish. Move these out of the way. There we are. It's my kitchen one. And I just use one of the Fly Lady cloths. There we are. And then these bottom ones here. And I just turn it over and use the other side. There we go. And if this is the first time that you've done a mission like this, it may take a wee bit longer. But that's why I always say, make sure to set your timer before you start. Do not start doing something like this. I mean, fair enough, clean along with me because I'll be working with you for 15 minutes. But if you're on your own, please set the timer, because, you know, three days later, your family will find you, up on a chair trying to get things done with a toothbrush somewhere. Right, that's that one done. Just turn over again. Right, I'll use that side. And quite often in the evening, you know, when I'm just drying out my sink, I just run along the edges, you know, of the handles here, because that's something that often gets messy. Right, and this is the front of the dish. Oh, hold on, I don't know if you can see. Let's go down a wee bit. This is the front of the dishwasher, and you probably want to give the dishwasher a really good wipe down at the side, you know, because that's where people are putting things in and things getting a wee bit splashed. There we go, and right down the bottom. And I won't be doing my weekly home blessing hour today. Quite often, you know, I've said I split it over the week. I'll be starting mine tomorrow, because today, let me just turn my cloth over. Today I'm going over to my friend Sue's house. And as I told you last week, my friend Sue broke both her wrists. So she's in bandages up to here on both arms, and had an operation and steel plates put in. So she can't do anything at the moment. You know, I was over there on a Friday, getting her ready and took her to an appointment because, you know, I had to put on her socks and her shoes and help her with her coat and her hat and scarf and whatever. So poor Sue can't do anything at the moment. So I'm going over to her place today, and I'll take my cleaning caddy with me and my little scoosh mop. So that's why I've got it ready. I'm not going to be doing my weekly home blessing hour here. I'll do mine tomorrow. Actually, I spread mine over the week. Right, what is, I'll tell you what, I'll do the other side and I'll tell you what the rest of the missions for this week are. Hold on, let me just wipe this. I'll take a fresh one to the other side. Another one. The third mission for this week is, it's for, if you're doing them kind of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday's one, hold on, just a scoosh there. And a scoosh there, here scoosh there, here scoosh, everywhere scoosh. The Wednesday mission is to take a look at your fridge, you know, because Wednesday in Fly Lady land, as I like to call it, is anti-procrastination day. So you may want to take a wee look at your fridge, you know, have a look and see if there's anything lurking at the back of the cabinets, the back of the drawers in your fridge. There we are. And also take a look on the front of your fridge. I don't know if you've got kids' artwork or stuff like that. I have telephone numbers, emergency telephone numbers. They're on the side of the fridge, and I also have a mirror on the side of the fridge so we can kind of check ourselves before we head out the door. Hold on, I'm almost round. And then let me just tell you mission number 4. To give a really good sweep or vacuum in this area. I do that as part of my weekly home blessing hour, so that's a kind of given for me. Wipe down the baseboards. I just need to go around here. Things don't get too messy on this side because I'm not preparing food on this side. Just move the kitchen table. There we go. Right, I'm all the way around. Also clean the skirting boards. Should we do that right now? Yes, I hear you say let's do that one right now. And the last one, the last official mission for the week is to look at your hot spots. Do you know, does your dining table, you know, your kitchen table, does that end up as a hot spot? Right, I'm just going to do the baseboards, skirting boards, which in our case is actually tiles. They cut tiles to match the ones on the floor. We have underfloor heating in this room. Right, I'm just going to go along them with a damp cloth. Yeah. And usually for baseboards, like in the living room, I just do it with you know, a dry duster because it's not getting any kind of you know, condensation and stuff. But the kitchen's a bit different, so I like to do it with a damp cloth and sometimes a wee bit of spray. But you don't need much. There we are. That's that one. And I've got a wee bit, I'm just going around behind you. Don't worry, I'm still working. And remember, you're supposed to be working too, not meant to be sitting watching me. This is a work along with me video. And I don't make, you know, when I'm doing one of these kind of cleaning videos, I don't do a kind of speed it up thing because I really want to show you that if you can just focus on one area for 5 or 10 minutes, you can get so much done. Right, so we have done, I've descaled the coffee pot, the kettle, and put the fan extractor fans in, also going in the dishwasher because my fan extractor fans go in the dishwasher if you want to scrub those. I'll also descale the dishwasher once I'm finished with that. And what else? Yeah, hold on, one more thing. I've told you that I like to work by zone also for the garden, also for doing my self-preservation, pamper, whatever you want to call it. I also do my shopping by zone, like as far as possible. I try and shop by the zones. So as it's kitchen week this week, zone 2, maybe you want to think about, do you need to stock up with, I don't know, a kitchen roll or dish soap, coffee, you know, all those kind of basics that you need for your kitchen. I know a lot of people are, you know, worried about coronavirus and starting to think about, do they actually have meals on hand? There are quite a lot of people who are quarantined here in Denmark. And, you know, would you be able to quarantine, you know, self-isolate yourself for 14 days? Do you have enough coffee to keep you going? All the basics, think about that. That's why it's so helpful to have, you know, your Fly Lady routines and your list, so that you're not kind of caught out by these things. You know, dishwasher salt, things like Rinse-Aid, you need to stock up for those this week. And also when I'm thinking about my self-care, zone 2 is the kitchen, so I always think about, you know, should I try some different healthy snacks, try and make better lunches for myself this week, so that's also zone 2. And outside in the garden, what I've got written down for the garden, zone 2, I think about anywhere that we kind of eat and drink when we're outside in the garden. So I'm going to be taking a look at the decks that we have. We've got a couple of decks, and also if you see my pictures on Instagram, I'll always post a shiny sink picture at the end of the day. We still have our fairy lights up on the deck. You'll see them at night, and they're not like Christmas lights. You know, we don't put them up just before Christmas and then take them down. It's very, very dark here in Denmark through until like now. It's just now that it's beginning. It's bright when we actually get up in the morning, and it's still bright, hooray, like at 6 o'clock at night. But I'm probably this week I'm going to take down the fairy lights, because I don't want them out there the whole summer, and they would get too much sun in the summer. So that's one of my projects for this week. And also when you really get into these Fly Lady zone things, you'll find that there's kind of less and less to do in the zone when we get to every week. And that's when you can start adding in little projects. Like I painted the surround of the windows. That was what, about 3 months ago. And then let me turn you around again. And I also had a little project where I recovered the kitchen bench cover and some of the cushions. So just by getting into these zone things, you've got less and less to clean and more time to do other stuff, you know, whether it could be projects in the house or whether you're going outside to do something fun. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to put my stuff away. I need to watch my time because, as I said, I'm going over to do my friend's Sue's cleaning. So anyway, I shall be checking with you tomorrow for the next day of our declutter challenge. So keep going strong that. Just one item, if you can find more, that's great. And let me know what you have found to declutter. And you know, I'll probably be doing zone decluttering this week, looking for stuff in the kitchen. But you can do by zone, or you can just do whatever you like. On Instagram, hashtag Diane in Denmark, and that's where we can see what we are decluttering. So on that note, live long and prosper. May the Danish candle hook be with you, and I shall see you very soon. Okay, bye for now.